Okay, this is number 7 on test 7. You have an inequality, x minus 1 is less than 3, and the domain is positive integers. You're trying to graph that on a number line. So first of all, you know that you're only going to be graphing positive integers. So first of all, let me say you're not going to use any open circles on this problem. You don't need open circles. The only purpose of an open circle is to show that you are talking about all the values right up to whatever number has the open circle. And when you're dealing with integers, you never have to get right up to a number like 2.999999 because integers are whole numbers. All right, so first thing you have to do is get x by itself in this inequality. So you have to add 1 to both sides. So x is less than 4. So we're talking about all the numbers, all the positive integers that are less than 4. All right, so the positive integers that are less than 4 are going to be 3, 2, and 1. 0 is not positive. Everything below 0 is not positive. And 4 is not less than 4. So you definitely would not include 4. And you don't need to put an open circle on 4 because it doesn't go right up to 4. 3 is the last thing it can possibly be. So you don't put in any kinds of arrows or anything like that on this problem. It's just those 3 numbers. They're the only 3 positive integers that are less than 4. Okay, number 8. So the experimental drug caused side effects in 32% of those who took it. All right, so side effects in 32% of those who took it. Here's your equation. All right, 32% of those who took the drug would be the number of people who had side effects. So I'm going to use E for effects. So 32% of all the people who took it had these side effects. All right, and then they tell you that 2,880 had side effects. And so that's the value you're going to put in for E. So 32% of all the people is 2,880. 32% is equal to 0.32. So 0.32 times T is equal to 2,880. To get T by itself, it's being multiplied by 0.32, so you need to divide by 0.32. All right, and now this cancels. You've got T by itself, and so you would use your calculator to do that division, and it would come out to, well, I don't have my calculator right here, so I'm not sure. Let's see. 0.32 into 2880. So 0.32 goes into 288. Let's see. 9, maybe 8 times. Let's see. 0.32 times 8. 6, 3 to 1, 256. 280. Yeah, oh, well, it goes in there 9 times. So 9. Oh, whoops, I forgot to move the decimal. So 1, 2 places to the right. So 1, 2 places to the right. So add a couple of zeros there. And it's going to be 9,000 people. All right, so that was number 8. Number 9 says, in Matt's marine biology class, the test was weighted 60%. So test is going to be weighted 60%. All right, the final paper was weighted 40%. So final paper was weighted 40%. And it says that the grades, so the test grade was 75, and the paper, he got a 90 on the paper, so paper grade was 90. All right. On these problems where you're just trying to figure out somebody's average in a class, all you have to do is multiply whatever the grade is by the weight that it has. All right, so 75, the test, has a weight of 60%, so times 0.6. And then the 90 paper has a weight of 0.4, 40%. All right, and if you want to, you can put on the bottom the sum of the weights, 0.6 plus 0.4, which is just 1, and that's not going to change anything. So 75 times 0.6 is going to be 450. Let's see. 75, sorry, I don't have my calculator. 0, carry the 3, yep, 450, so it'll be 45. And then 90 times 0.4 is going to be 36. That's all over 1. And so that is going to be 81 for his grade, 81% you can put. All right, so that is number 9. Number 10, you've got the opposite of -3 squared minus 4 squared equals -4 times -3x minus 2. And then, you're going to solve it for x. So you need to get x by itself. All right, you have to use your order of operations. Oops. All right, so that's, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, that's parentheses first, then exponents, then multiplication and division, then adding and subtracting. Make sure you know what operations you've got here. All right, let's look at it. You've got subtraction, and you've got subtraction there, and you've got multiplication there. So don't lose the operations you're supposed to be doing. All right, first of all, you've got to do your exponents. So here, right here, you have -3 squared. That means -3 times -3, which is +3. So when you rewrite this, you've still got this negative sign right here. And then you've got -3 times -3, which is 9, +9. And then you're subtracting 4 squared. 4 squared is 16. On the other side, you can use the distributive property. You've got -4 times -3x is going to give you +12x. And then you're subtracting 2, so minus -4 times, or you could think of it as plus -2. That might be easier to think about. So you're going to have plus -4 times -2, which will be +8. All right, now you can just do your subtraction here. -9 minus 16 is -25. 12x plus 8. Now you can subtract, oops, forgot my x. You can subtract 8 on both sides. You've got -33 equals, these cancel, 12x. Get 12 by itself, 12x by itself. You're going to divide both sides by 12. So that'll give me x equals -33 over 12. 3 will go into -33 and it goes into 12, so you need to reduce that fraction. So it's going to be -11 over 4. All right, let's look at number 11. All right, number 11, you've got x over y squared plus 3 over y plus z, y plus z, and then plus 2. All right, and you're supposed to be adding that up. When you add fractions, you have to find a common denominator. All right, so you look at all the factors involved. The factors in the first denominator are just y and y. Y. The second denominator just has one factor, y plus z. There are no other factors. Y and z are not factors because they are added together. So the only factor there is just y plus z. It's just the whole thing. And then 2, its denominator is 1. So the common denominator is going to be the product of the denominators of the first two fractions, because they don't have anything in common. They don't have any factors in common. So it's just going to be y squared times y plus z. And that's going to be the denominator, the common denominator. All right, so to get that common denominator, you're going to have to multiply the first fraction by y plus z over y plus z. So your numerator is going to be x times y plus z. Second fraction, you're going to have to multiply it by y squared over y squared to get that denominator. So you'll have 3y squared. The 2, you're going to have to multiply it by that whole denominator, y squared times y plus z. So the whole thing is going to be 2y squared times y plus z. All right. Now, to make sure that there are no like terms, you're going to have to go ahead and do the distributive property for each one of these. So it's all going to be over y squared times y plus z. The first numerator is going to be xy plus xz. Then you're adding 3y squared, and then you're adding, you have to distribute the 2y squared, so 2y cubed plus 2y squared z. Now, if you look at all those terms in the numerator, none of them have the exact same letters with the exact same exponents. None of them. So you cannot add them. You can only add like terms, and like terms have the exact same letters, variables, with the exact same exponents on them. So this one has xy, nobody else has that combination. Second one has xz, nobody else has that exact combination. This one has y squared, nothing else, none of the others has that exact thing. This one has y cubed, none of the others have that exact thing, just y cubed by itself. And then the last one has y squared z. None of the others have the exact thing, y squared z, just that. So none of these are like terms. This is the final answer. You can't do anything else with it.